Yo, what up, guys? Welcome back to the fastest growing sports gambling podcast in the tri-state area. We got AA Anthony Alessino. We got the graduate Brian Castiglione. And my name, as always, is James Hawkinjost. And this is Parlay-Vous. What's up, everybody? We are back. It's the Parlay-Vous podcast. We're back to the full crew in studio. COVID can't keep us down for too long.
That's right. Back and better than ever, so they say.
So they say. Before we get into all of the goings on, and we do have a lot of goings on between the playoff games and the state that we live in, we're going to do a little redacted here. A couple of weeks ago, we were speaking about Ricky Williams, and I spoke a little out of pocket. I said that he owed the Dolphins $68 million. It's not the case, but I didn't pull that number out of my ass. That was the total max value of his rookie deal that he had signed with the Saints before being traded to Miami. What he owed Miami was the $8.8 million signing bonus, and before NFL could come in and basically say you owe him this money, Ricky came back and played. When he signed the contract, he chose to take as much as he could up front in a signing bonus, so they gave him $8.8 million, and then a remaining base pay of $2.3 million over 7 seasons. The bonuses he would have had to hit are ridiculous. Anthony has the website that we pulled the article from. I believe nobody would have done it since then, right? Not even LaDainian Tomlinson's best.
Well, I'll just say, so one of the rushing bonus, they called it the rushing bonus, for the first 3 years of his career. If he rushed for over 1,600 rushing yards, he got $1 million. $1.5 million if he hit 1,800 rushing yards. $2 million if he hit 2,000 rushing yards. $2.5 million if he hit 2,100 rushing yards, and then the record is 2,105. So if he broke Ed Dickerson's record, he'd get $3 million. So $9 million of his contract were those 3 years of him having to consecutively break the all-time rushing record to max out that value.
Break the record and then break his own record.
No. It says
to break the rushing record.
I guess you're right.
So in order to do it, he would have had to break the record
and then break his own
record twice.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I looked it up. No one's broken that record since. The closest to it was
Peterson.
Adrian Peterson.
Yeah. And he got 9 away?
He got, he was 8.
Yeah. All right. So now, hold on.
So 9. Yeah, 9 to break, 8 to tie. Yes.
The amount of running backs that could hit 1,600 yards for 3 years in a row, right? It was LaDainian Tomlinson, Barry Sanders, Terrell Davis, Adrian Peterson, Sean Alexander, Tiki Barber did it for 2 years, and then Emmitt Smith did it twice in a row, and then now we're just talking 1 year. Sorry, Jamal Lewis, Larry Johnson, Chris Johnson. Now we're down to 1 year, which was Ricky Williams. I mean, it's a very, very elite company. The second bonus, and they call it the Be As Good as Terrell Davis bonus.
Straightforward.
If at the conclusion of the 4th season of his contract, which would be year 2002, if he had accomplished 3 of the 4 achievements, he would get a massive bonus. So this is what it was. 6,413 or more rushing yards, 7,594 total offensive yards, rushing and receiving, not kick returning. It states that. 2.8 yards or more rushing average, and the last one is 366 or more points scored. Okay. So they call that the Escalator 2 Terrell Davis part of the contract.
And there were crazy receiving numbers in there too, right? Like reception bonuses that at the time running backs, like I think one person, LaDainian Tomlinson, I think, was the only person who hit it or would have hit it.
Right. So this, right? This would have increased his contract if he hit this for the first 4 years from 15 to 25 million. So this is a $10 million bonus if he hit this, right? He wasn't even close, but few running backs have been. So it says Terrell Davis obviously hit all 4 out of 4 because it's the Terrell Davis rule. It's based off him. Emmitt Smith hit 2 out of 4 1 year, and then 3 out of 4 1 year. Barry Sanders hit 3 out of 4 twice. Marshall Faulk hit 3 out of 4 twice, and then 2 out of 4 once. And then LaDainian Tomlinson, Priest Holmes, each hit it. Well, LaDainian Tomlinson hit it 4 times, but only 2 out of 4. And then Tiki did it twice, which is weird because I don't view Tiki like that. But that 1 year, he hit 2 out of the 4.
Tiki doesn't have a total of 20,000 yards.
No.
Not
But
2012. I think.
so basically, the only ones that would have gotten the money are Marshall Faulk, Barry Sanders, and Emmitt Smith.
Yeah, I mean, coming out the gate, you have to average 1,500 rushing yards the first 4 years to even get the first part.
I know the game was different back then.
Average 1,500.
no, still
All right,
though,
I don't
still
think
though,
we're
these
talking
numbers
about. I
prove
don't
it.
think we're talking about this. Who was his agent? Because that's a pretty bad deal.
Let's check it out.
That's a pretty
Gotta be the worst deal in NFL.
You know what I
history.
mean? Like that's a pretty
Gotta be the worst deal in NFL.
incentive laden deal.
Worst deal for a player.
Yeah,
Cite that the website and the author when you get a minute.
Yeah, it's 538 is the website, and it is under the contracts. Ruben Fisker Baum, that's his name.
There you go.
It's actually a pretty good article. It actually shows the contract itself too, and the way it's kind of done up. I mean, there was some also special provisions he calls them for rushing yards, receiving yards. 12 receiving touchdowns in a year would give him $500,000, and that was every single year of his contract. 12 receiving touchdowns in the years 1999 to 2005. I mean,
wild.
Running backs weren't catching 12 touchdowns.
No
I mean,
way.
they don't catch 12 touchdowns now,
Yeah,
so
no
you know what I
way.
mean. They weren't doing it then. Yeah, it's a very it's a very weird contract. 26 incentives making up the majority of his contract. You gotta believe that they did pretty damn well.
The Saints,
Yeah,
the
Saints.
Dolphins,
Yeah,
both
well,
of them.
yeah, both of them.
The owners,
They made
yeah,
out-
it's a good contract for the organizations.
Jesus. Made out like bandits. Were you able to find it or no?
Yeah, his name is Lee Steinberg. I'm trying to find who else he represented. I don't know. I can't. Maybe there's a reason for that, but let me see. I'll let you know if I can find anyone. It looks like he had.
Danny Woodhead had 12 receiving touchdowns 1 year.
The Patriots, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, all right. So this is interesting. So Lee Steinberg, he negotiated over $3 billion in contracts for players including Troy Aikman, Steve Young, and Ryan Leaf. So
Oh,
But
Ryan Leaf
how
made
much
out
of
like
that last
how
man
much
did.
of that
Yeah.
money? How much of that money is the same deal we're looking at right here, though?
I don't
Like,
think so.
the
'Cause you're not
numbers
hearing about a
don't.
horror
The numbers
story.
don't tell us the story in the NFL contract.
he's still working now.
Like you look at an NBA contract, you look at an MLB contract, the numbers tell the
He's
story.
Patrick Mahomes' client. Patrick Mahomes is a client for his.
Sports
Yeah,
agency.
there we go. That's what I'm looking for. He's also got Darrell Henderson, Jerry Jeudy. I'm just trying to pick out like notable names. That's pretty much it. Some other like backups and stuff like that, but Mahomes there, man got paid.
Young.
So, like, just to close it out, the guy in the article, he basically goes on to the last paragraph to say it's an incredibly unfriendly league, the NFL, as far as contracts goes, which we know that. We just said that. Notably, last year, the Bills signed Tyrod Taylor to a 6-year extension worth $92 million. Out of the $92 million, now this article obviously wasn't last year because
Is
Tyrod
Tyrod Taylor?
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor on the Bills. So this was years ago. This article came out, but of the $92 million 6 years, 9.5 was guaranteed.
I
Yeah.
remember this. Yeah,
It's like the Revis deal he signed with Tampa Bay when none of it was guaranteed. Remember that?
No, so there's a lot of prove it in the deal, which is, I mean, I guess that's what it, when you know careers are that short and like, right, it's just different. Like baseball is completely guaranteed. Basketball is, I mean, basically completely guaranteed, unless you want it incentive laden. And I mean, hockey is pretty not really not great, but it's definitely better than football. Football
Well,
is
it's like-
horrible.
Basketball, baseball, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on this. You get paid for what we think you're gonna do. Football, you're getting paid for what you've already did. So
Yeah,
they
well-
backload these contracts knowing damn well, like CJ Mosley, you're not going to be worth $18.5 million on the back end of this deal, and none of it's guaranteed, and we're going to wind up offering you a restructure or you're going to get cut.
Yeah.
And that's the way it's done in the NFL.
So the biggest problem with
So guys never get the money they deserve or they've earned because it always keeps getting pushed to the back.
you can't look at baseball in the same light because your prime is different. So a lot of guys are heading out of the league in football when baseball players are hitting their prime. 31, 32, you could still sign a mega contract.
Yeah, but the problem is that's your first bite at the apple nowadays is 29, 30, 31 because a lot of these guys go to school now.
Well, not in basketball.
I'm saying baseball with
yeah.
arbitration.
Yeah. But arbitration's going to change.
Well, they better. These guys don't get paid until they're almost 30, dude.
It's going to change. But another thing I didn't even mention pre-show, but I thought I saw it was pretty funny. This guy on TikTok, don't know the username. Wish I did. Could have shouted him out, but here we go.
Good research.
He said, because it just came to me. He said they shouldn't do the draft by worst record anymore.
Open.
They should do it by worst attendance.
Excuse me?
Worst attendance gets the highest pick.
In terms of what, though? What do they have to...
NFL attendance.
In terms of fans?
The lowest attendance every year gets the number one pick.
Yeah.
To constantly attract
more
more
fans.
fans.
It'd be fucked up. The Rams and Chargers would be picking in the top 10.
They would.
That would
I'm
be
just
fucked
saying,
up.
it would be interesting.
By default.
It would be
I
interesting.
thought you were gonna just say, like, auction.
No.
Once you declare for the league, because that's what people have been talking about.
Oh, that's
no.
garbage.
You just get rid of the draft altogether, and it's just like
no.
It's
That's
like bad money.
no. It's like you declared for the NFL draft. You declared for the NFL draft. You're a free agent. Go negotiate.
no.
a deal.
That's garbage. That will never happen. Can't happen. I can't.
What are you gonna do?
I'll stop watching. That's for sure. That's garbage. That's the whole thing with sports is they try to keep the small market teams competitive, right? And the big market teams that would ruin it. Everybody's
but the NFL
gonna
has
run.
a hard cap.
Yeah, but everybody's gonna run to those top teams.
The NFL has but the NFL has a hard cap. So if you're like I guess Kayvon Thibodeau or Aiden Hutchinson, right? You might want to go play with Kansas City and go win a ring early, but they don't got any money to give you. The fucking Dolphins are going to turn around and say, I got 68 cold ones.
It feels like a fucking free-for-all. It feels like a free-for-all.
I agree with Hawk.
You would like it?
Not that I like it, but I think
it
he's
could
right.
work?
It would work. Right. You're not going to have money.
Because basketball, hard cap, soft cap. Baseball, no cap. So baseball, it would really create a problem because everyone would go to the Yankees and the Dodgers, basically, and whoever else has money to spend.
Yeah, Yankees, Dodgers, Red Sox, Mets now.
We know teams in baseball don't even try to win because they're relying on that fucking salary tax money.
Right.
Like the Pirates are infamous for it. They rely on getting that money back every year.
There's a bunch of teams, but especially the Pirates. Yes. I don't know. I guess it could work, but I don't know. I don't want to see it. I don't.
I think it'd be interesting.
I like the draft the way it is. But
Yeah.
let's just be
Don't get
clear
me
about
wrong,
that.
I have no problem with the draft.
What do you got for us? What's next?
Something I touched on a little bit last week when it was still fresh in news, but I wanted you boys to be here because it's about Big Blue.
I know this is.
They fucking got the broom out, dude, and they swept the entire office out. They're sweeping the office.
You know what
Clean
I think
sweep.
happened? I think Gettleman was like, I'm out of here.
Peace.
I think they didn't expect Flores to end up as a head coach. And they were like, you know what? If Gettleman's out, Flores is here. Let's just get Judge out, and we are going with a full reset.
Can I tell you right now, Flores is going to be signed before they have a GM because
You're probably right.
What's going to happen to them is going to be what happened when the Jets signed McCagnon. They waited to sign McCagnon before they hired the coach because John Idzik was forced and pigeonholed into Rex Ryan his first year, and they missed out on all the hot topics, and they wound up with Todd Bowles, who did a fair job in New York. But I think that's where I see it going because right now, Flores has an interview with Houston, and we'll dig into that after we finish the Giants talk because I think that would be wild. Flores going to Houston would be wild for a lot of reasons. We'll get to that after the Giants.
It's hard to not talk about the Giants without talking about Houston. It's almost one and the same. I feel the exact same way Brian does. I think that they saw an opportunity. They saw some coaches getting fired that probably they thought shouldn't have gotten fired, and they saw an opportunity. I mean, we knew Gettleman was gone. He was either going to retire or going to get fired, but either way, he was gone, right? We could all agree to that. I wouldn't rule out Flores because I think Flores is one of those coaches that he's young. He's proven to be a decent coach, right? That's more than a lot of young coaches could say in the NFL. at this point. And I know you rarely hire a coach before a GM, but like, I don't think there's many GMs that are going to hate the Brian Flores hire. Now, let me turn around and ask you. I'll ask you and you. Does the Giants' job become more intriguing, a better job, if they hire Flores first to a GM? Does a GM go, oh, all right, they got the pieces there. Let's see. What do you think about that?
No, I don't think so, because we talk about it all the time from every level of the game in the National Football League. Every guy wants their guy.
Mm-hmm.
So the GM wants his guy, and then that coach and GM are going to probably want their own quarterback, which brings me to a question about quarterbacks.
Okay, but hold that, because I want to hear what he has to say.
I mean, I get what Hawk's saying, but I don't know. I feel like Flores is good enough where people would find themselves in a situation you were saying, where they're like, all right, maybe we can make this work. Like, Dolphins won, what was it? 6 out of the...
7 out of the last 8.
7 out of the last 8, that's what it was. 7 out of the last 8. I mean, given that... I mean, Dolphins' offense is not explosive. They made it work. The defense is good.
All right, so let's get...
I think the most sexiest job for a GM or a head coach right now is Jacksonville, because Trevor Lawrence. I think the quarterback in place would make it sexier than a coach already being in place. But
so there's baseline to everything, right? There's baseline to everything in life. There's a baseline. There's a black and white look, and then there's a tremendous gray area that we live in, right? So this is what I'm saying. It's no secret at all to anybody who follows football, right? They're not going to disagree with me when I say that Flores wasn't in love with Tua. They're also not going to disagree with me that says that Flores wanted Watson. Those are facts, right?
Yes.
Now let me say this. Let me say this. That has nothing to do with the Texans. We also know that if Flores comes to New York, the Giants have already thrown their name in the hat for guys like Russell Wilson, saying that they'll take a stab at him. Well, what would cost more? What would cost more? So if I'm a future Giant GM and I'm looking at this and I say, okay, me and Brian Flores could do this. If we both believe Daniel Jones isn't our guy, and we're under we have.
Let me throw it to you right now. Danny Jones, they have 5 and 7, right? Danny Jones, 5th overall pick, conditional 4th this year, and 2nd next year. Hardline 2nd next year for Russ.
No, what?
Because then the price goes up for Deshaun.
No, can I get Deshaun for that?
No. The price for Deshaun, they're going to ask for 5 and 7. You don't do that. It's probably going to be 5, a 2nd, and then a 1 and at least a 3 next year. At least minimum. Unless you're going to offer them a player that they might have interest in.
See, because it's very hard for me.
It's either 2 1s or a 1 and a starter.
I know that Watson's younger, right, and probably has a little bit higher ceiling than Russ at this point. But it's very hard for me to say that Russ is worth more than Deshaun Watson, given over the last 2 years. Like, everything that's happened in the last 2 years, what makes you think? Like, what makes you think that Deshaun Watson should be worth? We kept saying all last year, right? All last season. Oh, my God, Deshaun Watson's trade value. We've had episodes. We could probably put together an entire episode of us talking about Deshaun Watson, right? And every time we're like, trade value, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. Well, now it's bottoming out, right? At some point, it's going to bottom out. Right now, to me, it's an all-time low.
Right now, it's at an all-time low, but if charges get dropped and the court cases are settled, which they very well could,
right.
Everything could be settled by the time the draft comes around.
It could be.
Now, who's got more value as a tradable asset?
Watson. But right now, if you're in the situation with the Giants and you're looking away, as a new coach says, I don't want Daniel Jones, a new GM says, I don't want Daniel Jones, you're looking to trade for Russ, you say to Brian Flores, you really believe Watson? Let's do it here. Let's do the damn thing here. We'll give all the picks up this year. Who cares? Who cares about this year? They don't care about this year. We care about the next year. Build a little bit. If
you give all away your picks, you have no cap space as it is.
Yeah, you have no cap space as it is no matter what. So you have to fix that no matter what.
That's why you need to fix the holes with their picks. Like if I'm the Giants,
I get that.
Going offensive line,
offensive line. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But it's a fine line. And you're in New York, so it's like.
Brian, what do you think? Russ, Watson, and then I have another quarterback.
If you woke up tomorrow to breaking news.
Are the charges dropped on Watson?
No, right now, today, like how it is today, if you woke up to breaking news tomorrow that said Breaking news: Giants trade for Deshaun Watson. Breaking news: Giants trade for Russell Wilson, and it's the exact same draft picks. What makes you go, fuck yeah, more?
Call it the 5th overall, your number 1 next year, and at least a 2 or a 3
And
a
Daniel Jones.
and a midday pick. Yeah.
And Daniel Jones.
I'll take Russell Wilson. I've said it before.
Over Deshaun Watson.
If the Chargers are still on Watson,
Okay.
yes.
I
I'll take
also
Russell
think
Wilson.
Flores and Russell Wilson, now you're putting yourself in the conversation for like the middle of the pack got vets that'll follow Russell. I don't know if they'll not follow him from the Seahawks.
No, I know what you're saying, yeah.
They'll come to Russell. I don't know if the same guys will come to Deshaun for half the money maybe to, make a run at a bad division.
I would say either way, I'm happy.
So I'm gonna
Right.
hit you guys
agree,
with
but-
this right now, and I pulled this straight from fucking Carton on the fan on my way over here. 4 quarterbacks. Don't worry about price or what acquisition. Just 4 quarterbacks. One of them's your starter next season. Danny Jones, Jimmy Garoppolo, Baker Mayfield. Why can't I think of who the 4th guy was?
Derek Carr,
No,
Kirk Cousins.
no,
Taylor Heineke,
no.
Sam Darnold,
I'm fucking
middle of the pack average guy. It seems like that's what we're going with. Teddy Bridgewater.
no.
Is this a
Ryan-
guessing
is it
game?
Ryan
What's going on
Tannehill?
here?
Is it Ryan?
No,
Tannehill?
it's no. It's someone who would be available. I just just go.
Fitzpatrick?
No, not Fitzpatrick.
Ben Roethlisberger.
So go the 3 of them.
Garoppolo. Not even close.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say Garoppolo. I didn't even.
They were talking
I
a lot
wouldn't
of
even
shit about
think twice about
Garoppolo. Evan wasn't having
Over-
it over DJ.
So they
Yeah,
would take
He took-
Mayfield?
he took DJ. He said I'd rather stick with
That's
DJ.
silly.
I think that's a little crazy.
That's silly.
Yeah, I think that's a little crazy.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Jimmy Garoppolo would be nice though. That's an
Who's the
upgrade.
4th? The mystery man scares me.
Yeah, it's fucking pissing
The
me off
mystery
now
man.
too.
Not Dak.
The fucking mystery man.
no, it's some.
Andy
Baker,
Dalton?
Baker was the only person you would have had to trade for. So I fucking no, it wasn't Andy Dalton.
He was a starter.
Yeah.
I know. I usually don't
Now
like
you're
to
gonna
take
pull
time.
up Carton's Twitter feed.
No. I usually don't like to take time, away from the show. But I'll do it. Because I'm on it. So here we go. It wasn't Kyler. It wasn't Lamar Jackson. Was it Brett Hundley?
No.
Because I'll take Brett Hundley over all of them. How's
Tyler
that sound?
Huntley.
Tyler Hunt.
Tyler Huntley.
Tyler.
The Ravens backup
Oh, is
quarterback.
it really? It's not
Yeah,
Brett Hundley?
No, Brett Hundley,
Tyler Huntley.
different guy.
Whatever.
Different
I'll
backup
take Tyler
quarterback.
Huntley. Broncos, Raiders, 49ers, Rams, Jets, Bills, Dolphins. Mac Jones. That's not available. Saints. Not
No. Oh, Mariota. It was Mariota.
Mariota.
It
Yeah,
was
I'll take
Marcus.
Jimmy.
So
I'll
he's
take
not
Mariota.
a starter.
I'll take
Sorry,
Mariota.
he's
You would
not a
take
starter.
Mariota.
I'll
My
take
fault.
Mariota. I'll take Mariota.
Really?
Crucify me.
And you know what they
I'm
all
taking
said?
Mariota to the bank.
You know
I'll
what?
take Jimmy.
You know what they all said? They were all like,
One shot on the
they're
line.
like, oh, I already know what Mariota is. I already know what Garoppolo is. Like, I'm not giving up a first round pick if that's what it costs to get Baker.
Whoa, well,
And
you said that we
that's
had
said
that.
no.
and that's the same thing Carton said. And they still, well, Evan was like, Carton, you said 2 days ago that to get Baker it would cost a first round pick. He's like, so if that's the case, then absolutely not. I don't want Baker. He was like, but Baker is probably second behind Daniel Jones because he's still young enough. You think he might be able to turn this thing around? We
Nope.
know what Jimmy and what Mariota
Nope.
are.
I take Baker Mayfield 4th. How's that sound?
No respect
How does that sound? I take him 4th.
over Mariota.
I
agree. Garoppolo is an upgrade over what you have now.
would say, and
Problem is, he's one more win away from not being available.
I would say Mariota.
Right.
I would
Yeah.
say Mariota,
Yeah.
Garoppolo, Jones, Mayfield.
I think Mariota with Daniel Jones still on the roster makes the most amount of sense if you're assuming you're not going to draft a guy, right?
I'm trying to make me vomit right here in the studio.
No, because Mariota, you could probably get him for like $8 million, like 2 years, 10, 12 million, something like that. 2 years, 16 million.
Whatever. Listen. You know what the first thing the Giants should do is? Get a fucking new medical staff. Get all new equipment in there.
Oh God.
That's what they should do. Honestly.
Yeah.
Everybody gets fucking hurt.
Yeah, they do. Get
Until
hurt.
it doesn't matter who you bring in if they're not healthy, if they can't stay healthy. I mean, it's like same thing with the Mets. The Mets medical staff, They gotta be sued. There's gotta be lawsuits against the
Guy
best
owns a
medical
glass
staff.
company. He's talking shit about professional doctors.
I'm just saying, it's
Love it.
ridiculous.
World class doctor.
World class doctors.
They ain't
The
world
best to
class.
ever do it,
Fucking
dude.
renowned.
They ain't world class.
We're not talking about the
B-rate.
We're not
B-rate
talking
medical
about the.
staff.
We're not
All right.
talking about the best in a fucking 12-mile radius in Suffolk County, Long Island, dude. We're
Dude,
talking
pull it
about
up on your
world class.
The
insurance
Giants
website and
and
see which
Mets,
ones are
the
available
Giants
for you.
and Mets medical staffs are in my network for healthcare, dude. How's that sound?
I don't believe it.
How's
I
that
don't-
sound?
That sounds bad.
How's that sound?
Sounds like you're full of shit.
I'm moving on from this bullshit
But
topic. Go.
let's move on. We're big news.
yeah,
Last
it was a good
really
one.
last week would have been the week to talk about it, but it is what it is. What are you gonna do? It's legal. Mobile gambling.
Yeah,
Mobile
it
sports
becomes
gambling.
legal. We do this show. We both get COVID.
Yeah, but it was bad timing.
Right, I mean,
Sure.
it couldn't
Let's,
be
let's
worse.
be clear about something. You both had it. I may have had it earlier in the week.
Yeah.
It's possible.
So we'll
He's
just
just
come
built.
hot and
Hey,
just pull
everybody.
He's-
Hey, he's just built different, dude.
Yeah, he's
No,
just
no,
built
He's
well,
just
different.
built different.
All right, whatever.
We had it. He didn't. It must have been. Oh, you can't even say it's the 6th because.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It was
yeah.
6 days after I quit
Yeah,
smoking
yeah,
that I
right,
got
right.
sick. That's very common. So
No, I know. I agree.
it could have been both. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, no. Now he's Superman.
I was
right?
only sick for like fucking a day and a half. That's why I didn't think it was COVID.
All right. All right. Yeah. So it's legal. Early thoughts. Caesars is phenomenal. DraftKings is phenomenal. And I think they did they did such a good job that I didn't even download elsewhere. So that's how I feel.
Yeah, that's pretty much me too.
Those two offer different things that the other ones don't. Like each other don't, and they really play into like this can do anything you want aspect, and it's great. I think it's great. I think the boost on Caesars are great. Obviously, the bonus is great. I mean, everybody in New York ran for $300 free. Who wouldn't? Without even,
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
and DraftKings is great with the same game parlays, but it's different. It's really
What they're great at is like things like we see, and we're like, of course you fucking bet that. Like the over a half of a reception for Cooper Cup last night.
yeah. Last night they
That's
had
to
over
get
half
people
of it.
who have never. What's a sports bet?
Exactly.
And now all of a sudden,
Yeah.
and it was perfect timing. It came the week before the playoffs.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna blow through that $300 bonus you gave out. Now they have to put real cash in to bet on the playoff games, and people are gonna do it because there's only 6 games to watch. Chances are your favorite teams are out of there already.
Well, there's a lot of people that,
Especially in New York. Obviously, we're in New York.
There's a lot of
Most of us are
people-
Jets and Giants fans.
and this is not necessarily me, but it is kind of me, that I deposited with Caesar. So I took the 300, I didn't bet it, and then I deposited because I do sports gamble, and then they match that. That's fine, right? But there's a lot of people that put it in, didn't put any money in, and maybe they won that bonus bet, and now they have a little bit of a bankroll to play with, and they're like, okay, cool, and they try to build it up and they go with it. There's not many people who, at least I don't think, who won the bet, made some money in with the rollover and then cashed out immediately. Those guys, they're not worried about those guys. You know what I mean? The people that made off on them, that's
Yeah.
fine. But there's much more people that got involved. Like the way DraftKings does it with like the reward system, and they're always offering like, I mean, I can't even tell you how many free bets I've gotten from DraftKings already.
It's
Like,
ridiculous.
it's right?
Yeah, I got
20
it. Yeah.
I
Like
can't remember if I was.
They're telling you, they're like, bet
DraftKings.
$10, and if you lose, we'll just give you $10 back.
it's nuts. It's
And we're
nuts.
like, oh,
It's
okay, sure,
yeah.
I'll put $10.
It's
in.
nuts. Every night, it's like bet 10, and if you lose,
Yeah.
we'll give you 20.
Last
What?
night they did.
I don't understand.
And got it. Actually, it was funny. The night of the Chiefs game, he comes running in. I was about to get in the shower. He comes running in the room. He's like, "They just profit boosted this. Do you want to put money on it?" Then Patrick Mahomes to get 1 touchdown in
Yeah.
the third quarter. They put out a random flash at halftime. They're like, "We're profit boosting this. Plus 300 for him to throw 1 touchdown."
Well,
I'm like, throw money on that
dude,
right now.
One of them right now. I mean, it obviously I think it happened already. One of the next tip off. 7:30. Just tipped off?
I don't know what
Yeah,
time.
7:30.
So one of them, DraftKings or FanDuel, was doing. The line moves a point in the Knicks' favor for every 500 people in the state that bet on it. They said when they did that in Connecticut for I think a Patriots game when it first came to Connecticut, the line moved to Patriots plus 100 by the time. and no matter when you place the bet, you get the final line.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, you heard last week, right? For the Patriot game,
That
Patriot
was
Bills.
last week.
Was
You're
that
talking
last
about the
week?
same thing,
No,
yes.
no. It was the over under.
No, he's talking about the same thing you're talking about. They did it. It was called Hammer the Over.
Yeah, hammer the
Oh,
over.
is that what it
That's what he's
was?
talking
I
about.
thought
Yeah.
it was the spread.
But
It was the
no,
over.
no.
It was
It went
Hammer the
from
Over.
It went from over under 44
Mhm.
and I was in it. I was one
in
of
New York State though. It was different by state. That's what he's saying.
Oh,
I heard them say,
to like 100 because so many people.
But was it the over/under or was it the
over-under.
spread?
yeah,
all right,
over/under.
It was the
Over/under.
over/under for every 5,000 people that gambled, that put money on it rather. They were raising it up by half a point.
Down by half a point.
Down by half a point. So yes.
Yeah.
So it got down to minus 100.
Yeah, basically,
yes,
yeah.
Essentially.
So
it
got
they
in
scored a
New
touchdown
York.
and you're good to go.
In New York, it got to 7.
Yeah, it got low.
So the interesting thing was, and I didn't know this at the time, it was a 25. I got $25 on it, right? That was the max.
Yeah,
I could put. That was the max.
that's the max you could
But I heard that wasn't the max in the beginning.
I got it at $25, so I don't know.
But when did you put it in? Because I put it in at 7.5. So apparently,
don't
the
remember
earlier
when I
you
put it
did
in.
it, the more they were allowing you to
I
put
it in when it was still in the 40s.
So let me just say this: I tried to put 1,000 on it, and I clicked submit for 1,000,
and it didn't much.
and I actually had Valentina click it. I said, "Here, go ahead, place this $1,000 bet."
this
She's
is
like,
your fault
"You're
now."
nuts,"
Yeah.
and I'm like, "No, it's great." And then
Over 7.5?
it's
Are you
great.
kidding?
yeah, well, she knows. She didn't know,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
she
for
like
sure.
clicks it, and she goes, "I can't believe we just did that." And then it says unable to. Here's the max 25. I'm like, "Oh no!"
Yeah.
Like, all right, fine, I'll take it.
They're
I'll
like, "Don't
take
get too
free
crazy,
$25, but whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's good. I mean, I'm all in on it. You know, what do you
It's
think?
fun. It's fun to be in New York.
You only Caesars? What were you?
I've only used Caesars, either DraftKings or FanDuel, because I had both accounts when it was just for daily fantasy. I went to sign into one of them. I think FanDuel. Logged in, and then it told me. I tried to change the password because God knows what that password was from however long ago. And it told me to reset it. It's linked to an email that no longer exists. So I had money. I had the bonus money in Caesar. It's way too much. Go fuck yourself. I think DraftKings I'm signed into. I just haven't
Do
deposited
you know
yet.
the other thing that about the sports betting thing in New York? I think the
Hold on, real quick. FanDuel, if you hear this, dude, fucking figure your boy out. Get my password reset. All right, we're trying to fucking make a living out here.
all right, there you go.
Hack my old email
FanDuel
address.
gets the call out, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They disrespect you and then they get the call out. That's crazy. MGM, PointsBet, the ones that are legalized in New York, but they're not there yet. Like they haven't been approved. Major disadvantage at this point.
Oh yeah.
Now they have to do something.
First to market.
Yeah. Now they have to do something that hits different, and that's going to be tough. So now PointsBet does, but we're not going to talk about that now. That we'll probably talk about that when they get legalized. But you get paid by how correct you are. Okay, so if you take if the Steelers are +7 and you take them +10, or I'm saying sorry +4, and they cover by 1 point, you get paid more than what you would if they.
That's lit.
So it's weird.
So
but
it doesn't make sense to do the Niners +90s that I did.
right. It's like a completely different thing. But whatever. That's a different time. But yeah, so they have a chance. MGM is really behind the 8 ball because they're another casino, right? So DraftKings is in Foxwoods and FanDuel's in Mohegan Sun. Caesars is a casino in and of itself. So you could use that app and get promotional stuff through Caesars. So now MGM is that same way. They're at a major disadvantage to what Caesars has already done. And especially since the way Caesars has marketed, like complete New York marketing. Like
JB Smooth.
Yeah, JB Smooth.
Oh yeah.
Very Nick oriented,
yeah.
very,
Yeah, dude, good marketing.
Yeah.
team.
So they're doing it right over there. But yeah, so that's what I'm using, and I mean I like it.
Yeah, I haven't heard a single FanDuel or
I have
DraftKings
not
commercial about the Nets, bro.
No.
Oh,
Not
about the
as-
Nets. I was gonna say I haven't heard anyone using FanDuel. To be honest, it's all been.
No, I hear the
DraftKings and Caesars.
commercials all
Yeah.
over the radio, of course, but
Oh yeah, you can't go 10 seconds right now in New York without hearing.
Which is
Sports
okay.
gambling.
I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah,
okay
it'll
with it.
fizzle out eventually. They just know right now it's Super Bowl coming up and playoffs. They're like, if we're gonna get people in now, if we're gonna get people in, it has to be now.
Couldn't have been a better
Yeah.
time to get approved.
I'm interested to see how much money is bet in New York on the Super Bowl. This
oh,
year.
it's gonna be
It's gonna be ridiculous.
amazing.
So-
you know how many
amazing.
people are gonna, go to their family's house who don't watch football, and they're like, "Hey, if I refer you get $25."
Oh my god! I've done it to 6
There's gonna
people
be
already.
20 yeah, exactly. This one's getting a 25 bonus. Everyone's throwing
Jersey
money in
did $12 billion this year in sports betting.
for the whole year.
$1 billion a
That's-
month.
We'll smash that on the Super Bowl here. In New
That's what
York.
I'm
$1
saying,
billion
like,
a
that's-
month.
he's right. That could happen. Like
It could,
that
but
could happen
you
in
have to
a night,
remember. You have to
like,
remember some of that
think of the
money.
city.
Some of that
Think of just
money.
the city. Like,
Some of that money is city money. Now that's not a lot, but there
Yeah, I
are
guess
people
that's true.
fucking
Go
crazy
over-
enough
go
that
right over
ride
the
out
border.
there.
but,
Yeah.
but think of the people
Or
who live
work
the
in
city.
Jersey.
When my dad lived in Staten Island, they drive over the bridge for gas because it was cheaper.
Right. So, you know,
And booze. They
but-
go
Picture
buy
those people who
booze.
don't drive across.
No,
now.
100 like me. I would never. You would never catch me driving across to place a bet because I'm just. It is what it is. I'm not placing a $300,000 bet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I was betting 10,000 a game, maybe I would. You know, maybe I would. Maybe I would if I knew the odds were there or the incentive was there. Because at that point, you're definitely getting free rooms, comps, and this and that, right? But other than that, no, I'm waiting for it to become legal in New York. I'm finding other ways to do my sports betting, and that's it. You know, it is what it is. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing for the show too.
Super wild card weekend. Lead it off with one question. Was it too much football?
No.
No, and they were good games. Well, some
No,
of
they
them were
weren't.
games.
4 of them were duds.
I enjoyed watching them.
I enjoyed watching them too, but there were
Last
4
night-
duds, and the Cincy game was on the verge of being a dud too. If
Last night, I
enjoyed
thoroughly
it.
enjoyed the
Everybody.
game, and it was a blowout. And I thoroughly enjoyed.
I
That was
thoroughly
like
enjoyed the game because if you saw on the Instagram, your boy fucking closed out a
Closed out
bet
the
for the
week.
first time in fucking forever. With the Rams minus 3.5. I did enjoy the football, but they weren't a lot of close games. It
Don't
just
give
went.
them anymore.
Sugar Bowl.
I went.
Sorry, Hawk.
Did we all go 6 for 6? Did we all pick these right? So what stopped me from going 7 from 7 was on Saturday I got greedy and I tagged over 48.5 in the Cincy game with the Bengals money line and the Bills minus 4, and I fell short of that over by 5. 42 was the total score, so 5 points.
Yeah.
So had there been a touchdown at the end of that game, either the Bengals put one away or the Raiders tried to draw it close,
I actually
I would
went,
have went perfect. But then
I went 5 for 5 because I didn't touch the Patriots and Bills, and
I smashed Bills.
now
minus
looking
4,
back
dude.
on it, it was a fucking
Smash
no-brainer.
Bills.
So I was the complete opposite. I went good on all except for the Bills. I actually put money on the Patriots.
I was gonna and I didn't.
Everyone
I
kept
just
talking
felt
about the
like-
weather, like Josh Allen
No,
isn't
it-
from Wyoming, dude.
It wasn't even the weather. It was more of I was just like, it's the playoffs. It's still Bill Belichick. I feel like every week I'm going in knowing something's gonna happen, and I'm always wrong. Let's just see if this is what happens.
I agree with
And I
Brian,
was wrong.
yeah.
That was
Oh, yeah.
fine. I was okay with being wrong. But
And I would have been okay with being wrong because you're not the only one. Riggio
the
had
money
a
line was going up and
ton
down.
of money on
all
the
morning.
involved in Patriots alternate lines
Yeah.
and all kinds of Patriots action. I just like rookie quarterback who I don't think is that great. I don't think he's bad.
No.
Especially this year, he wasn't that great. The Patriots were this year's good bad team. They beat up on all the teams they should have. They almost beat nobody that they shouldn't have. And, rookie quarterback on the road in Buffalo. It's minus 2 degrees outside, and there's no wind. That first game, there was crazy wind. There was no wind. It was just cold. Think Josh Allen's never played in 0 degrees before, dude?
No, I agree. I just didn't take it. It's not that I lost on it, I just didn't take it. You know what I mean? And whatever, hindsight is 2020. I saw as I was watching it unfold, I'm like, how did I even see this? But
Yeah, I mean, I felt like it could have went either way.
jeez, excuse me.
Would you have been surprised if it was the whole what the hell's going on with Josh Allen? They're just
Yes.
shutting
I
him down.
I would have
and
been
now
surprised.
the game's over. You're like, what the hell?
I wouldn't have been, but
I would have.
before. I've been
I
really-
genuinely would have been surprised if they stepped up and shut them
Don't
down.
get me wrong.
Coming off week 18, they lost that game to the Dolphins, didn't they? Or they barely won, or they lost.
They
Which is
lost.
they lost
Yeah,
that
they
game to the
lost.
Dolphins in a game that meant pretty much just about nothing for Miami. It wasn't a perfect win and you're in, right? They weren't out, but they needed a lot of help.
no, I needed tons of help.
It was really because the Colts.
You couldn't
lost.
put away
That was why.
Miami.
It's because the Colts.
And
lost.
that's what gave you the spot to go play the Bills in the first place. Because if
Yeah.
they beat Miami, they get the 5 seed, right? And they're going to play.
Five would play.
They would have played whoever the 4
the
was.
Chiefs. Oh no, the 4 was
The Raiders,
This is
the
so
Bengals.
Yeah, the
Bengals.
And they would have lost to the
Bengals.
Bengals.
Yeah, but it's not getting smashed by Josh Allen in the first round.
I guess, but
And it's more about you couldn't beat the Dolphins when it mattered because it mattered for them in that game. It mattered.
Good for Josh Allen though. I'm glad.
Obviously, no one saw any surprises in the Steelers game.
Not
I had a little worry about 12.5, and for the first half of that game, it looked like 12.5 was risky. Even the end, backdoor cover was possible if they went for 2 and got it right, or they would have
13
covered,
was.
Huh? 13.
Could have caught 13. You couldn't call 12.
Could have caught 13. But I wound up putting the money on it, and then obviously our buddy Gage asked for Immortal Lock, and I right away didn't hesitate. Bucks -8, or Bucks -8. Did not hesitate.
Good call.
And that one, that one exactly how I thought it would go. Forgot that I wanted to say this. It's all right. It didn't need to be near the top of the show. I'm done with the Alabama quarterbacks. I'm done talking about how great these Alabama quarterbacks are. Tua, underwhelming. Underwhelming.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts is awful.
Yeah,
Connor said it to me after the game. He might have the least accurate arm out of 32 starting quarterbacks.
Every pass he threw,
He is so bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
I mean,
He
Ben
is
Roethlisberger is worse than
so
Jalen Hurts.
bad.
I felt like every pass we watched Jalen Hurts throw on Saturday it wasn't even in the area. Every pass looked the same.
Don't
every pass
compare
was,
geriatric Ben to Jalen.
Yeah, that's.
What about Ben 5 years ago? Would you rather take Ben 5 years ago over Jalen now?
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean,
Yeah.
What about Ben 3 years ago? Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm just
the
saying,
guy's in his
I mean,
22nd year in the league or whatever.
Jalen Hurts is a product like
Not 2018.
Yeah, there's Jalen Hurts. They had the number one rushing attack in football. They used their strengths. The kid doesn't have the strength in his arm, and as a quarterback, that's tough. But
it's not even. He just misses guys. He
100%
all the
100%.
time.
He's just missing.
No, I
think it
mean-
was
I mean strength and
Aikman was-
weaknesses. I don't mean
Aikman
arm
was
strength.
Aikman was calling that game, right? And Aikman was like, I mean, you just can't miss Dallas Goedert there over the middle. You have to see that if you're Jalen. Like all the time.
Oh
he just
yeah, I
doesn't-
agree. I agree.
And Mac, I'm not saying Mac might be great. Mac does have potential to be maybe great. Right now, he doesn't seem great, but he's not as bad as these other two. But there's still time for him. Tua, I'm good on. I've seen enough of Tua. I think I've seen enough of Jalen. So that's why I said Alabama quarterbacks. I'm not trashing Mac yet, because he's not done. But I think the other two are stick a fork in him done. And Miami's willing to die on that Tua shit.
Yeah.
So he's gonna get 2 more years minimum.
Yeah.
I just feel like like there's like levels, right? So did they bust? Maybe, but Hurst can actually probably play around in this league for quite a while. Might never be a franchise guy, but he'll be in the league, and so will Tua.
Taylor.
So yeah, so will Tua. Tua will be there. It's just to me, it's just the lefty thing. I just don't like I really don't. It's just something about
You
it.
say that, but like Steve Young was a lefty. And he was
All
one of the
right, but I
greatest
didn't
ever
watch
did.
him.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what I mean? I probably watched
only
him and I would be like,
lefties-
this guy's gross.
The only lefties you've seen playing, you might not even remember: Pat White and Tim Tebow. Those are probably the only, and Mike Vick, obviously Mike Vick.
Yeah. But Vic was Vic was dynamite.
Vic was different, dude. Vic that ball, because a lot of lefties have gross
Releases. Like that's what I'm saying.
like a swing
Vic,
shot.
It looks
Vic
painful.
he flicked that ball
Like,
fucking
lefties
60
look
yards.
painful when they
as
throw.
it went through the air. I felt like,
But
Effortless, like
Yeah.
the way Rodgers just flicks one.
No.
at
Vic
the
had
end
same
of
thing.
year one, now year one's done, right? For these guys that didn't make the playoffs or got eliminated. Tua, Mac. Sorry, I lied. Mac, Trevor, Zach Wilson. Who would you take now?
Out of
Let's-
all of them,
let's
out of
redraft
all
it.
5 of them.
Let's redraft it. No, not Tua and
No, I
Just
mean the
rookies
5
from last
rookies.
year, the rookies.
So Fields
Yes.
is in there. Matt
Recruiting
Fields.
Lance and
Trey
Fields.
Lance, Fields.
I'm not down on Trey Lance. I'm down on the Niners making the move they made to go get him, especially when
Yeah.
you look at how.
No,
good
I'm
they
saying
are
we're
when
redrafting right now.
When Garoppolo's
You got
right.
the number
Yeah, I
one
know.
pick.
I'm just okay. No, I got the number 1 pick.
Draft. You have to take quarterback.
I don't want to be silly here. If I have the number 1 pick, I probably still have to take Trevor, but he hasn't wowed yet. Trevor is so lucky that the Urban Meyer thing happened because could you think of the last time a number 1 quarterback, any number 1 quarterback, was this like underwhelming and not doing it great for you all year,
A lot
but
of
they just
expectation.
happen to be nowhere near. We're not talking about it because the Urban Meyer thing.
Well, that's fine.
Right.
So you had the number 1 pick, and I figured it'd go that way, and I'm okay with that. At the number 2 pick, it gets tricky. Brian, that's where everything changes for me.
See, you're probably going to tell me I'm crazy. It's hard to say because Justin Fields, I feel like, will get better. I feel like he's just a product of what the offense is in Chicago. And Trey Lance looked good, but he's only really played a couple games. I like Zach Wilson. I think he can.
He's
really
also on the best
throw
team.
the ball.
Theoretically, Trey Lance is on the best team.
Yes, not theoretically. He's literally
We could
on
say the
best team.
Patriots are better.
He's literally on the best team.
No.
No, the 49ers are better than the Patriots.
Because they're red hot to close the year. Let's just say that. Like, that's a fact.
Who?
And not for
The
nothing,
Niners?
The Niners caught
They're
fucking
absolutely-
fire.
the way they've
Caught
been
fire at the end of the year. They are absolutely better than the Patriots.
the way they've been running
Whether
that
they're fired or
offense. If
not.
Trey Lance showed that he was worth a damn at throwing the football in practice at any point, why would you go back to Jimmy? You go back to Jimmy because Trey Lance is not showing it in practice.
Okay, I'm okay
Because
with
with
that.
that offense,
So you
and
take
Trey,
Zach Wilson second.
Well, I wasn't done. So the thing with Zach, I think Zach's interesting because really strong arm. He looked good when he was playing, and he's not playing with a very good offense outside of Elijah Moore and why am I forgetting?
Carter?
running
Michael
back's name?
Carter.
Michael Carter. I was gonna say Michael Johnson.
Yeah.
There's really not much else there, and he didn't look terrible. He had bad throws, he threw bad picks, but I feel like that's sort of inevitable. I'd probably take Zach Wilson. I think if it had to be two.
0 picks post injury.
Really?
I
didn't
did
even
a-
know that.
dude,
stat.
I did a
I
whole-
didn't even know that.
I did a
stat,
whole
honestly.
thing.
It would.
I did
yeah.
a whole thing last week about why it's looking up for the Jets
Don't
on
get
last
me
week's
wrong.
pod, and I covered how Zach's improvement,
It would
pre-injury
be-
and post-injury, 2 different players.
Yeah, I mean,
I would
it would
take.
be between Wilson and Mac Jones, and I'd probably take Wilson.
So I would take the guy you didn't take.
Mac
If I
Jones, yeah.
right, but if I had the second pick, I would probably take Mac Jones.
Yeah,
So it wouldn't change for me. I would still take Zach too.
Yeah,
I was
just-
thinking about taking Zach one,
mean,
but it's like,
but-
I'm not gonna look stupid
But
here. Like,
understand that Fields and Trey Lance go before Mac.
I'll be honest. If you told
Yes.
me
So-
one, I would have took Zach Wilson one. I think so. I
Really?
think I still would have took him one.
Jack, take the last guy.
Justin Fields
Trey Lance
or Trey Lance. You're starting your franchise. I got Mac. He's got Trevor. He's got Zach Wilson.
Starting my franchise, I mean, like, I'm probably gonna pick Trey Lance because
I agree.
just seeing what was produced by Chicago. Obviously, it's a lot of head coach turmoil, right?
Yeah.
Didn't look awesome. I mean, good player,
He's a baller though.
He's
That guy's a
baller.
gamer.
guys.
Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Guy's a bowler. Didn't look like it was like super winning football.
Here-
Trey Lance, when I see Trey Lance throw the ball in the moments that he's had, obviously on a very good team,
Yeah.
I see moments that make me say, if I gave this guy a season and he went 7-8 and he's a rookie, I wouldn't be complaining.
So
It's a problem. They're not. You don't give up 3 first-round picks for 7 and 8 if he's good.
If you're
That's the
starting a
problem.
franchise,
That's
we're talking about the Niners. though.
you're right. You're
All
right.
right.
Yeah, but you said if he's on a good team.
But
here's
here's the
what brought me
thing.
back to Niners.
a lot of times, like how I feel, like I go, if we're going gut feeling, right? When I was making bets towards the end of the year and Andy Dalton was starting games, I was more confident in the Bears. And that's the problem.
I agree.
Because if Mac Jones wasn't playing, if Trevor Lawrence wasn't playing, if Zach Wilson wasn't playing, I would be like, wow, these teams have no chance. But when Justin Fields isn't playing, I go, damn, they got just as good a chance as they ever did. And that's the issue.
Yeah, I see that. I'll
You
tell
know?
you, I'd be willing to make a handshake bet right now that Justin Fields winds up better than Lance.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be
I
surprised.
wouldn't be surprised either. But I agree with Jack. I think I'd take Trey Lance too if I was in that spot over Fields now.
I just almost a whole year of starting experience, half a year, 10 games, whatever he wound up playing starting in this year, plus Big Ten experience at Ohio State, big college football playoff,
Mhm.
biggest stage there ever is. Trey Lance, North Dakota State, only played 1 year his last year. He's only started like 12 games or something like that. Last guy that I could think of off the top of my head that was it's not even a fair comparison, but only started like 12 or 16 starts before he got drafted was Mark Sanchez.
So you know that, not to get off topic, but the 49ers draft picks were basically useless this year.
What do you mean? The
L-
players?
Elijah Mitchell wasn't, right?
No,
Elijah
Mitchell was on the team last
Yeah, he was.
Oh, he was? Okay, so that even further proves the point. Trey Sermon and Trey Lance.
Yeah.
I mean,
Lance came through
Ta-
pretty clutch in that last week.
100
He needed him bad.
okay,
But you're right.
but
the majority
for
of
the
picks-
for the whole year, take those two guys out and take best available at those spots. Definitely could get some help on the
I
field.
mean, you could have fucking
Make a
sat
good
right
team
where you
great.
were and taken Mac Jones. And
Make a good team great
yeah.
and keep your picks.
keep your picks set.
That was
right
a
where you
very,
are.
very bad deal. If like you said, Garoppolo's a game away from being back there, and if that happens, that's a really fucking bad trade, man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Anything else before we go to the break?
No, I think we're good. We're gonna make some picks, right?
Yeah, when we come back.
All right.
All right, let's take a break. All right, guys, listen. Pat McAfee said it best. You got to look good to feel good. You got to feel good to play good. Well, we're going to help you guys look good with Saatchi di Dinero, all right? It's the finest Italian material. It's fire. It's comfortable. And we got a saving for you, all right? You're going to use promo code HAVOC for 10% off your total purchase at SaatchiDiDinero.com. Also, check them out over at Instagram at Saatchi di Dinero. Saatchi di Dinero, always authentic, never counterfeit. As always, just so everybody knows, the best way to support the show is to support the sponsors. You support the sponsors, you support the boys. We're back. It's time to do Guess the Lines for the divisional round. We're going to start with the Saturday early game. I believe that's 4:30, right? 4:15.
Probably 4, yeah, something on that.
Cincinnati is going to the number 1 seed, Tennessee Titans. We're guessing first.
Yeah.
I got Tennessee minus 2.5.
Well, we'll guess and then we'll break it down and then we'll go to the next game.
Right.
Yeah. So Tennessee minus 2.5.
Correct.
I have Tennessee minus 1.5.
I got Tennessee minus 3.5.
Oh.
Let's go.
Yikes! You know, every once in a while you make a mistake and you live with it.
God
Anyway,
damn it, dude.
every once in a while, just go.
Fucking
The quicker we find the spread, the quicker we can move on.
I can pull it up.
I'll pull it up. Here we
Tennessee
go.
is 3.5.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Let's go. Bing bong, even though I don't think we're doing that today. But
You get the
bing
score.
bong.
You
No,
got the
we get bing bong, dude. All right, so here we go.
What's the over-under?
Over under 47.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, you start, Brian, since you got hit it on the head. What do you like? What do you not like?
I like 47.
Over?
Yes.
I
I
figured
think
over.
I think this game easily goes over 47. I mean, all year Tennessee, I feel like all their games went over. It was pretty much a matter of they get out in front, the defense would falter, and they'd eventually find themselves in a game where they have to win in the fourth quarter. Is Derrick Henry coming back?
Yeah,
Yeah, allegedly.
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 I'm not worried about
Okay.
Derrick Henry.
So whether he's there or not,
Clip it.
I still think it goes over 47, whether he's there or not. If he's there, it's just even more
Yeah.
incentive, I feel like. Do you want me to go like full? Are we doing a full deep dive or
Well, I mean,
just how
so
I feel? I think 3.5. I mean, I guess 3.5. Just
So-
because I thought Vegas was going to have it at 3.5. I think this should be lower. I think it should be more in your guys' range. The 2.5.
so would you take Titans at minus 3.5?
I
Because
I don't
I'm
know.
leaning towards a Bengal upset.
Stay
was
away.
gonna say I
Stay away.
stay away.
I
from
think
the
it's
Bengal
just
upset.
the whole game.
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
What I
Because
like, what
I think people are gonna get in love with the idea of a Bengal upset, and I just don't think it's gonna happen.
I would like to tease the Bengals up through 7.
Yeah.
Okay, I could see if you do that.
I mean, that's
I wouldn't mind teasing it on the 3.5 point line. Stay away. On the money line, stay away. I like over 47. I do.
Yeah.
I don't mind the tease. I like the idea of teasing it. So maybe put a little asterisk on that for the teaser basket.
so 9.5 plus 9.5 and over 41.
yeah.
I think that's interesting.
I mean, that's not bad at all. I do want to look up, however, while we talk on it.
So just as a heads up, I'll just throw this in here. Derrick Henry was cleared for contact practice today, but his status for the game is still kind of.
I'm not that worried about Derrick Henry.
You're not even
worry about Deontay Foreman. How about that? Worry about the guy
Yeah, yeah.
that's been running
Listen,
people
I'm
over.
not worried. I want the over. I need.
No.
But I
I-
get what you're saying. Either
I
way.
think I don't know if I want to call it a lock, but something that really is just tickling me down under for
All
weeks
right.
now.
We're
For
in
weeks.
this segment.
Jamar Chase.
Bunch of
Jamar Chase anytime touchdown scorer. Hammer it.
Yeah.
Hammer it.
Yeah.
Big players.
You know what's funny about
Big
that?
stars are made in big moments.
Last week, not necessarily a big playoff game. Didn't catch a touchdown. Jamar Chase. didn't
Yeah,
catch a
I know.
Yeah.
I lost money
I
on
know.
it.
I had
I
an
also
anytime
lost
touchdown.
money. Yeah, we all
So,
lost
so we
money.
all did. What's
Yeah,
going on?
yeah.
So
Weather
What's
looks
going on?
weather looks
I don't
weather
know.
looks
He doesn't
sunny,
know.
sunny, not a cloud in the sky, 22 degrees in Tennessee. That's what
a
it
little
says.
brisk.
I just
Cold.
I wanna it's hard when you're picking the team you didn't see play in the first round versus the team that of all of the winning teams from this past weekend, are you the least convinced with the Bengals' performance?
I am, but there was a lot of convincing performances this week, so it's tough. You know
I
what I
know.
mean?
That's why this game feels so hard for me. I do like the idea of throwing it in a little teaser basket.
So if I had to put a bet on this, I would go 9.5 Bengals and over 41 on the over under. Tease that, and yeah, that's where I'm at. Second game, right? Saturday night. You want to say something?
Before I just want to say something because young guy, rookie better. I like to go against the grain a little bit. I like the Bengals.
This cocksucker has been fucking hitting money on Bengals money lines bets when we were all against it all season long.
Yeah.
This guy loved the Bengals Vikings money line parlay. Fucking at least 40% of the week he fucking hit it, and he won at least 30% of those. So there you go.
I have a feeling just going against the grain. It's an exciting matchup if the Bengals prove to make this you guys like the over a little bit, right?
Love the over.
Love the over.
A lot of it, yeah.
What doesn't make Joe Burrow come out and I'm fucking Money Burrow?
Joe Cool, dude.
Yeah, Joe Cool.
Of all of the names, you go with Money Burrow.
Money Burrow.
Jackpot Joe, ISO Joe,
Listen,
So-
man,
fucking Joey Shades. How about those shades?
Yeah,
Joey
Shades was nice.
So another thing. And
So you like Cincy money line? That's the point you're getting across here.
if you want to parlay, I'm also rookie better. Like to keep it simple.
Don't start talking about parlays.
like
We
to
don't
keep
know
it
any
simple,
other
but I'm
line
gonna
yet.
make it. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna like
You
to make
can
it
make
simple.
it spicy.
But here's multiple things. What about this? You want to make some money, right? You want to make
Yeah.
some money. You want to get silly, right? This is a silly show. Want to get crazy, especially this segment. The segment's absolutely off the rails. You go Bengals -3 alt spread, right?
Yeah.
And a Jamar Chase anytime touchdown.
And that makes me excited.
I mean, you discuss the
That
next game, and
sounds-
I'll get you a payout on that. I'll see what we got, and I might just place it right now because we're silly. So give me.
We're silly.
All right.
All right. It's the San Francisco 49ers. They're red hot right now. Going to Green Bay. Again, another 1 seed. This is the Saturday night game. The Green Bay Packers hosting San Francisco 49ers. Going to be cold in Lambeau. I said it as the game started last week. The Niners are playing a lot like the 2007 New York Giants right now. Wouldn't it be the NFC Championship game that the Giants had to go win in a freezing cold Lambeau? But it would still, the parallel still kind of holds up. Got to go into Lambeau and beat Green Bay. I like San Fran in this game a lot, and I don't even know the spread yet, but I have Green Bay -5.5.
I also have Green Bay at -5.5.
Hate that.
Sorry.
Yeah, Green Bay -6.
Hate that more.
Green Bay -6.
Oh,
Bing
God
bong,
damn,
dude.
We gotta get Hawk a bing bong.
God
Man.
Yeah.
damn it.
Damn.
Well, only time will tell.
What's the over on it?
Yeah, over under.
Over under 47.5.
I still like it in this one. I'm not gonna lie. I still like it in this one. I think I like it more
Okay.
in this.
I
game.
don't.
easy.
Ground control Niners game. I don't know.
Ground control to
No, no,
Major
no.
Tom.
You don't
Uh,
think? You think 47's too high?
Did they didn't even touch it in the Cowboys game, and that's another team you'd think would always go over, right?
But what about the Packers? Aaron Rodgers could have 28 points on the board before halftime even starts.
Yeah,
If it's
but
one of those games.
if it's one of those games, are the Niners going to answer with 29 of their own, 24 of their own?
Do you?
I don't know.
They
I don't
only
know.
have
I
to
don't.
answer with 21 technically.
It's plus
But I get what
470.
you're saying.
Plus 470. Bengals.
No, it's
minus-
47.5. They need to get 22. That's
He's talking about the bet.
No, I'm just saying the bet is plus
yeah, he's talking
470.
about that Jamar Chase bet.
Jamar Chase and Bengals -3 plus 470.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway.
We're talking about the over is 47.5.
Yeah.
I like it. Hawk does not like it as much as I do. How do you feel about this?
This could be a dogfight. I don't know if I touched the over under on this one. At 6, I want to say Packers. I do, but because the 49ers are red hot, we've seen this before. These red hot teams enter the playoffs and just go.
Yeah.
I'm almost tempted. I mean, this is much more of a stay away game for me than the Bengals Titans were. You know,
I think San Fran's a real good matchup for them.
they
man.
are a real good matchup. They got literally the best matchup they could got.
And the thing is, too, Jimmy Garoppolo's 1 win away from holding on to that position.
Fred Warner's gonna be back.
It's showtime,
Bosa
dude.
should be back.
It's showtime.
Dude. He's saying it's showtime. So let's see.
I'll be honest. I think I'm slowly but surely bordering the 49ers bandwagon. I think for the
All right.
season.
Hold on. This is Saturday night's game, right?
Yes.
Okay. 9 degrees, real feel, -4, 40% chance of snow.
All right. So maybe
And-
the over
and-
not as good.
and-
looking as I
well,
thought.
That's fine. Over's going to drop heading
Probably.
once snow is guaranteed in the forecast.
Yeah.
Over's going to drop. So if you like the under and you do think the weather's going to hold up and actually snow, you take it now. On top of that, Packers -6. That line's going to move to probably -7 if it's snowing because the 49ers are not a
San
snow
Francisco.
team. Yeah.
So I tell you right now, I really like throwing Cincy +9.5 and San Fran +12 in a tease. I'm really, really excited about that.
So you think a lot of games were blowouts last week? This week is going to be a lot of close ones. I agree with that. I like that. I'm okay with that. You went to +12 for 4.
I mean, hammer Devontae Adams first Green Bay touchdown. Hammer Devontae Adams every next touchdown bet for the Packers as long as the game is being played and it's close. Hammer that bet.
I mean, you're never wrong with that.
It's got to be the safest fucking thing you could do.
Yeah.
You're not going to lose. If they score 4 touchdowns and you bet Devontae Adams every time, you're not going to lose all 4. It's almost
You
not.
think
It's,
that?
al-
I mean,
it's almost
with
impossible.
a horrible week for touchdowns for me, but it's okay. It doesn't matter.
Jarek
Um,
McKinnon, baby.
Yeah.
So we're going
To
San
Sun-
Fran +12. I like that. If I'm not teasing, I'd probably take the Packers -6 if I really had to take one. What do you think?
I don't know. I like the over. The snow makes me concerned. I didn't know about that initially. I might just take Green Bay 5.5 as is and just.
Yeah, 6.
I mean,
Yeah.
6. Yeah. Well, yeah, 6.
Yeah. What do you think, Jack?
I had to take one of these. I like Green Bay -6.
Yeah. It seems.
It's a showtime game. I feel like just Aaron Rodgers still playing out of his mind.
Kid's a Packers guy, though. Loves the Packers.
Are you a Packers? guy?
I'm a Packers guy, but it's not an inaccurate statement to say that guy's still playing like he did last.
No, he's going to be the MVP for sure.
Yeah.
He's for
That's-
sure going to be MVP. I just think they drew the worst possible matchup they could have drawn out
Well,
of this.
there is another guy who could be MVP, and he's the next game.
Tom?
Cooper Cup.
No,
Nah.
Tom.
Nah, Tom played his way out.
Tom, dude.
You said MVP, and your first thought in this game was
Tom Brady.
not Cooper Cup.
No, MVP for the NFL. The whole year.
Right.
The whole
We're
season.
on the same page.
Yeah,
I just
you
don't
think
agree.
Cup is
I
better?
think Cup has a better chance
I
of
think
getting
you're
it
both
than
wild.
Positional
Tom Brady.
players.
I think you're both wild.
Positional
I
players.
don't even
do
think
not
Tom
win
Brady
MVP.
should be considered for MVP this year.
God.
I mean,
I'm
in
with
comparison
him.
Really?
to Aaron Rodgers.
There was a
yeah.
point where he was pushing it, yeah, and then it
And then
fell
he slowed
apart.
down.
Who'd they lose to?
He's
The
ranked-
Saints 9-0.
he's
Dude,
ranked-
Lost to
no,
the
no, no, no.
Saints twice.
You don't lose to the Saints
Twice.
9-0 and put up 0 points
It's
and
pretty
win an
hard to
MVP.
give it to the same guy 2 years in a row.
Don't care.
And not a 44-year-old
It's
who.
Jonathan
Pretty
his
Taylor.
hard
best
to not
year.
score any
Jonathan
points in a
Taylor.
game
No,
in
he
the
made the
NFL
playoffs.
and not get
He's
MVP.
out.
Is that how you looking at it?
That's how I look.
Yeah, Taylor's out.
So then Derrick Henry comes back and makes Super Bowl and wins it.
They apparently they don't count playoffs.
They're not supposed
That's
to.
not supposed to.
Derrick
They're not
Henry
supposed to
gets
view- they're not
comeback
supposed
What
to-
about Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you see,
you
it's
just said
yeah, but
it.
you,
But in the
he's-
regular season, they
he's-
failed to make
yeah,
the
he's-
playoffs.
Just
Yeah.
abiding by the rules. he
yeah,
said.
he's gray areaing it. That's fine.
What are you going
Putting
to
the
do?
gray
Look,
area out
We
there.
live for that
I'm
here.
standing
So,
in it.
yeah.
gray areas. It's where we like to live.
Yeah.
Living in the gray area.
Where am I?
The Los Angeles Rams, my fucking team in this tournament, staying alive, baby. Been backing these boys since week 6. Going to Tampa Bay, playing Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This, I think, is another very good matchup for the away team, especially with the banged up Bucks. Pretty much Mike Evans, last Buck standing. Definitely on the, as far as perimeter talent.
Did Gronkowski go down?
No, but he's
but
inside.
Right.
Dude, what about Scoot?
Oh yeah, Scotty Miller.
Scoot.
He one catch for 8 yards last week.
Do good, but he's there. He was running.
Yeah, he's there. He's dressed.
Yeah, he was running.
Tyler Johnson's dressed. Brashad Perriman's out there dressed. Like, great.
They get Fournette back this week.
I don't
They
think so.
think
Find
they
out.
think they might, but
Yeah.
So, moral of the story is, I think there's no way the Bucks aren't favorites in this game, and none of it is enough. But I got Bucks -2.5. It's all too much, rather. It's not enough. It's too much. Bucks -2.5.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I don't have that at all.
I don't have that at all either.
I
I
have-
have Rams -4.5.
Oh, so do I. Oh my god.
I got a feeling we're going for a triangle bing bong.
Oh.
I got a feeling we're hitting the triangle on the
Oh,
bing bong.
man.
Hey, if you looked it up before the show,
Oh,
No,
man.
if I looked it up before the show, why would I be down?
Right.
Bad, dude.
You wouldn't be losing.
And off by a half point on both of them.
What do we got, Jack? What do we got?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers -3.
Fuck your
Damn.
mother,
Oh
dude.
my god.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
All
I'm
right,
shocked.
so your boy has a
Looks
chance.
like I'm betting on the
Your boy
Rams.
has a chance to either create a 3-way tie, or bing bong out and beat you guys both. But
You can bing bong right out of here, dude.
so it's Bucks -3. I'm going Rams money line. I'm going Rams alternate spread. Rams -3. I'm riding the Rams to the fucking house, dude. They're my horse in the race. Until they're out, I'm not gonna pick a new one. I'm riding my guys. They fucking dominated the Cardinals, which I can't believe we skipped over that game, really. The Cardinals are bad when it matters.
Listen, I understand.
I know you.
You said it. You got angry about it,
They're
and I
bad when it matters.
and
dude.
I didn't. You know, I kind of brushed you off, and I'm not gonna.
I agree.
I'm not gonna. Yeah,
'Cause I agree.
I'm not gonna brush you off. No, I'm saying he said it. He said it live a few weeks ago before
Oh.
the text messages, but
Gotcha.
and I brushed him off then. But I'm not gonna brush you off now.
They're bad when it
agree with
matters,
you.
dude.
I agree with you.
Falter.
Kyler Murray.
We talked about it.
and I
They're
hope he
throwing
would
double
never.
passes
He's
down
not gonna see this.
7-0, right? 7-0 or 14-0 when they're throwing double passes.
Yeah, no, 7-0. But they
7-0
they were
throwing
just
double
afraid that they
passes,
couldn't move.
dude.
Yeah, Kyler Murray's not going to see this, but if he did, I have to say it. I just have to say it just in case he did see it. You scared?
Dude, did you see? Obviously, didn't see it because I was watching the game with you on the Manning cast. Russ was in the fourth quarter as the guest on the Manning cast, Russ Wilson.
Yeah.
And I think it's 31-11 at this point with 9.5 minutes left. And Russell's going, yeah, at this point, if I'm Kyler Murray, I'm pacing up and down the sideline. I'm telling everybody we still got a chance. And then as he didn't finish the sentence, they cut to Kyler like this on the bench.
Oh, no.
So lumped.
So hard.
And Russ
Yeah.
and Russ stops and goes, oh.
So,
Oh, that's not what you want to
so
see.
he
That's so
he said
bad.
that he said that, and the guy in the booth in the truck,
Yeah.
the TV guy was like, cut to
Let's see what
cut to
Kyler
the
said.
bench.
Hammer on Kyler.
cut to sad Kyler.
Kyler on the screen.
We got to see what a real quarterback would do. We know what a real quarterback would do. Let's see what Kyler would do. Like, just sitting there,
I
like,
agree. No, Kyler looks scared.
lost in the sauce, dude. He
Now-
either showed up drunk or he was scared.
Now that all
But
these
either
guys
way-
got fired on the bad teams, is Cliff Kingsbury the worst active coach remaining yet, or what?
No, dude, first of all, he looked nauseous the whole time.
Dude,
He looked green.
He looked like he
He
was
looked
ready
the
to
color of
throw
the folder,
Oklahoma,
dude.
He looked like he was uncomfortable the whole game.
Yeah, he looked super uncomfortable in his own skin. That's tough to do, dude, when you got a house like he has.
Yeah, that's that Texas Tech money.
Got 16-foot windows.
Exactly.
Playoff game.
Think about that. So that was tough to watch. That was tough. That was tough to watch. It was.
I was great to watch if you had Rams -3.5.
I mean, yeah, it was great for a lot of people. Don't get me wrong, but for them, that was really tough to watch. And you know,
It just
DeAndre
went from bad to worse.
DeAndre
dude.
wouldn't have made a difference in that game. I know.
They
Those guys are
mauled them.
crazy.
They
Yeah,
mauled them.
it was
dude.
over.
Yeah, I don't
It was
think-
over before it started.
DeAndre
don't
Hopkins
think-
isn't blocking the interior defensive line.
Oh my God, no!
And he's not going to make Kyler play.
Did
better.
you see? You watched the whole game, Brian?
Yes.
Did you see the part where the offensive lineman on the Cardinals went after Aaron Donald?
Yeah,
Wild,
I thought
man.
that was wild.
Wild.
Did you
man.
listen to it with the sound on or no?
No.
Oh,
why?
okay. Well, me and Jimmy.
Oh
were,
wait, are you talking about the announcer?
where you're not that guy? Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
where he said
Oh,
Aaron Donald
he-
is not the
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Aaron Donald's
yeah.
not the one.
he
And
said,
I was
"Oh
like,
no,
yeah.
Aaron Donald's not the one,
He's
dude."
was
not
was
the
that
one.
was that Steve Levy that said that?
It
No,
was
no.
Steve-
Shout out
Reddick,
Oswego?
Reddick. No,
It was Louis
Louis
Riddick.
Reddick.
Oh,
Louis
was it
Reddick. 'Cause
Reddick?
It would've
Louis
been
Reddick
great if
has,
Steve
yeah.
Levy said
Louis
it.
Reddick
Yeah.
was like, "Yo, he's not the one,
Yeah.
dude. Not the one."
I mean, it's true. He's,
Aaron Donald's not the
if
guy,
there's
bro.
anyone you're going to start shit with, it should not be Aaron.
Didn't
He was
Aaron
grabbing for
Donald
his throat.
Whip his
I know.
helmet off? His
Yeah.
Yeah, Aaron Donald
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
I got Rams -3 on an alternate, and if you really want to get crazy and silly and stupid, and we know straight bets win. We understand it's a
Yeah.
betting. If we're not just a pure betting show. If we were just a pure betting show, I'd never give you ridiculous parlays. I would never give you more than a 2-team teaser. I wouldn't do it because the odds would be to win and climb and do that. But since we're more than just a throw bets together betting show. Rams -3 alt line, Bengals -3 alt line.
That's a crazy one.
I mean,
Spicy.
that to me is something I'm absolutely going to do. You're gonna get plus 220 on both of them, probably more than likely. I'll check that, but
And then a Jamar Chase touchdown. Holy shit!
well, you don't
Wait,
want see yeah, you could, but you don't want to get crazy now.
See-
You don't want to turn it into a magical
Well, who
dragon.
am I? Who am I? Who am I?
You do have the big dick swing of the weeks, but you know.
I gave my own big dick pick of the week last week. It was the San Francisco 49er money line.
yeah,
that
and
was my big
saying, and
dick
you
pick
were
of the week
saying
last
how
week.
like it sucks because everybody felt like that. You know
Yeah,
what I
but
mean?
I didn't know that when I did it.
Yeah, and then
It was like-
but it did. Everybody
I
did feel like
shut
that.
down the studio. I went up into my car, turned on the podcast. Everybody. Then I found out 80% of the money in that game is on
I
San
think
Fran.
a lot
and
of
I'm like,
people.
oh goddamn! Like,
So I wasn't ahead.
I think
you
a-
were ahead. You were actually perfectly timed, technically.
Yeah.
technically, yeah. but
I think a
then,
lot
you
of
know,
people treated the Cowboys like they treated the Cardinals. Like, yeah, you're here, but
We're not convinced.
Well, let's see.
Yeah,
you
we're
know
not
what I mean?
convinced. Exactly.
And yeah,
Honestly, that's how I felt when I saw the Niners 49ers. I was one of the people that hit the money line Friday. I
Yeah.
was like, I feel like this is
not right.
yeah,
right?
this
What
because I thought the Niners were going to be the favorite going into the game, and then when I saw it, I was
because they're
like,
so red hot.
well, this is what
they
it
were
is.
playing
Like,
sloppy for the last month of the year. They were playing sloppy.
Cowboys.
They
Yeah.
were losing games they
Yeah.
shouldn't have won.
They
And
lost
they-
Gallup, right?
They lost Gallup the week before.
that sucks.
What do you? I don't know if we get your pick for this game.
Yeah, I had Rams at 4.5, but
No.
No, what would you bet on?
For your
Oh,
betting.
What was the over under for this? Jeff,
I don't think we
I don't
What
think
is
we
it?
ever got it.
48 and a half.
Again, because it's like what defense is going to show up.
Right,
Not for the
that's-
Bucks, for the
See,
Rams.
like if both, I think the Rams you could always hang your hat on their defense. I think it's the Stafford pick sixes is what puts them in a hole, and then you want to blame the defense. But he leads. He's tied.
Stafford's not making mistakes now.
I know he's not, but throughout the
They
year
also ran
he's
the ball a
tied
lot
for the
last
most
night.
pick
He did,
sixes,
but
unless Lawrence beat past him. But he's close. He's at the top of the league in pick sixes, and that's where they wind up. And the mistakes is where they wind up in precarious positions when they're turning it up, especially once they're up 14-0. Those guys pin it back. They're
Yeah.
coming for you. Once
Oh
they're
yeah,
up
when you make it
14-0.
easy for him.
But guess what? Same story in Tampa Bay. It's the which defense is going to show up, because if both of these defenses show up, that over scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
This is 17-14 written all over it.
Yeah, I mean they have 3 bona fide Hall of Famers on their defense. The Rams, like bona fide, easy first ballots.
Yeah,
The Rams have.
and then
So
the Bucks have a couple of guys who are on their way there. Shaq Barrett's on his way there. Devin White's on his way there.
Dominican Sue's there.
Dominican Sue's there. Yeah.
You know, I mean
Vita Vea's on his way there.
Steve McClendon, very solid stuffing up the middle.
yeah, I mean they're good. Yeah, but the Rams just have too many. For me, the Rams have too many weapons, and I don't think that Brady has enough weapons at this point to get it done. Now, if Antonio Brown and Chris Godwin and Fournette were there, I would be really tempted to say that Matt Stafford might throw himself out of the game, but he won't because they'll get a lead and they'll keep the lead. That's what I believe will happen. No guarantee, but it's not really. Tampa Bay is not really a crazy. It's not going to really be a crazy home field advantage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I know it sounds crazy to say.
Well, LA doesn't
in a
really
divisional. Yeah, exactly.
have it either.
So no,
Also-
that's the point. They never
Yeah.
really feel like.
You also have like the defending bowl winner bias there, where it's like we've seen the fans there already.
Yeah, of course.
Are they
I
gonna
mean,
are they going to be that crazy?
the Super Bowl. So it's very hard. Like when you look at the week, to say like Aaron Rodgers is going to lose to the 49ers. Like Aaron Rodgers is going to be eliminated from the playoffs before the conference. The conference championship. Tom Brady is going to be eliminated before the conference championship. It's very hard to see
it all
that
happen, yeah.
through. But I just think you can't talk about a team more than we talked about on the show with the Rams all year long. That
And then flip on him now.
Yeah,
no
it's
way.
time. It's time.
Listen,
It's
it's
time.
hard to bet against Tom. There's only like 5 teams that have more playoff wins than he does. But it's time
it's
to.
time,
My
yeah.
bet's Rams money line. Brian, I don't know if we ever.
I'll probably take Rams money line.
I'm not touching the over under.
Yeah, I
don't
want to
think I
touch
am
it.
too,
But I
'Cause
am
this
taking,
game could be 35-32 or 17-10.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
taking
the Rams
Rams
are
money
the
line
ball.
and Rams -3. I'm gonna alt line that. The 4th game, which is my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is the world's favorite, baby.
Um,
It's the primetime slot game of the week.
the
4:30.
Bills. The Bills are going to Kansas City.
The rematch we all knew we'd get
Yeah.
once Kansas City got right.
So Kansas City has got to be the favorite.
Gotta be.
I have him as favorite. Yeah.
But I either I'm right, really right,
Before
or
we get
I'm
into
really
this,
wrong.
for what it's worth, obviously 2-2-1. So either one of you could stamp a lead, or I could force a 3-way tie, or I could bing bong and win.
So don't tell us
So-
the over under.
Don't tell us the over under.
Because we
Yeah,
might have to
have a
use that as a
tiebreak
tiebreaker.
deal.
All right, so I went with this gut feeling that the Chiefs are going to be -2.
Ah,
What do you got?
I got Chiefs -3.5.
I got Chiefs -2.5.
Chiefs -2.5.
Bing bong.
He 50% of the bing bongs.
He's a double bing bong, dude.
50% of the board has been bing bong.
So what's the over
When you're
under?
fucking
No
half a
way.
point off like a dick again.
And you were only a half point away from bing bong in Green Bay too, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Tough stuff.
Over under 55.
I was gonna say 55 and a
I was gonna
half.
say it has to be high. Oh, the over is spicy. I think 55 is just a little too high for my blood.
I'm not afraid of the over.
I'm not
in this
afraid of
game,
the
dude.
over, dude.
I'm not afraid of the over in this game. I'll say it.
This game needs to give me everything I want. This needs to be 38
Alright,
to
fuck it,
40.
I'll
This
go
is what I'm gonna say about this game, and it's gonna sound a little bonkers, maybe a little crazy, right? I think when all things are right in a vacuum, in a perfect game, when everyone's 100% at the peak of their powers, I think Josh Allen is better than Patrick Mahomes.
Wow, that is a little fucking crazy to say,
Dude,
dude.
he's their number. He runs.
Okay, that's a
and
little
he
crazy to say.
continues to run.
Okay, that's a little crazy to say. That's all I'm not. It's not like kick you off your own show crazy, but it's like, you know,
Peak
it's
of their
like,
powers. I
you
think
know?
he can do more. Physically talented, he's better.
fine. If that's okay, you could say that, but you know, there's a
just said
guy in
And-
red with a goddamn bazooka strapped to
Josh
his arm.
Allen doesn't have a bazooka.
He
for a
does.
right arm.
He does.
Josh Allen isn't 6'5", 240, and fucking able to take hits.
Listen, you make a lot of sense. I just you
Josh Allen isn't used to playing in the cold.
You're
Patrick
talking about a
Mahomes is
guy. You're
Texas
talking about
boy.
a guy now who has been to 2 straight Super Bowls and 3 straight conference championships.
I know what I'm doing.
In 4 years.
I understand that.
That is something special. The only thing I'll say is, and it's awesome because you have the lasting image last year of Stephon Diggs watching with his
Chiefs
helmet
celebrate, yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Only him, like a psycho fucking path. And we said it last year, like this dude's a psycho. Watching
We
them
said
win.
then they're gonna win. If this happens again, they're not gonna lose it again.
But again, it wasn't 52 guys. I'm sorry, it wasn't 53 guys watching. It was
It's
one.
just Diggs. Yeah.
So, yeah, what am I going to tell you? Hey, Diggs going to have 200 receiving yards? Great. It still might not be enough.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't, you know.
This is what I'm gonna double tag my point, and then this is what I have to say about this game. Kansas City they're back, right? They've been back, so to speak.
Yes.
They came back out of the rut they were in for sure. They look like everything's great again. 7-0 at almost halftime, Steelers.
Yeah.
If you take
Yes.
a 7-7 at the half, right?
It was 7-7 at the half, yeah.
Steelers scored first, and they scored late in the second.
Was it 7-7.5? But-
Yeah,
okay.
because the
I
Steelers
remember
scored
I
late.
wasn't watching the first half. and then-
Steelers scored late,
You're like,
and
what's
then
going on
and
here?
then once the Steelers scored, the Chiefs woke up and the route was on.
Exactly.
It might have been 14-7 at half. I don't know if they got
No,
both
I'm
touchdowns.
pretty sure it was
7-7 at half.
And then the Chiefs just came out and it was pretty much.
No, it's 21-7.5.
21-7 at half.
7.
But
Yeah.
so it was 7-0 with like 3 or 4 minutes left to go in the half, Steelers, and then they fucking went bonkers.
Maybe I'm confused.
In
with
the-
when
in
it
the-
happened then because
Yeah.
I remember that happened.
In the final 2 minutes, they scored 2 touchdowns.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Before halftime.
At,
You-
the,
you
at,
can't-
at the 2-minute warning, it was 7-7.
You
Right, the
cannot
entire field
give.
scored after that,
You
right?
cannot not show up
Kelsey
for
and
20.
Pringle.
You can't
Pringle,
not
that's
show
what it
up for 25 minutes or
Right, with the
27
Bills.
minutes. You can't not show up for 28 minutes with the Bills and then
Josh
dominate the
Allen.
game in the second half, dude. You can't disappear like that, especially with the Bills defenses. I mean, the Steelers defense, nothing to sneeze at. Bills defense is gonna fucking smack you around,
Okay.
and but Josh Allen's Bills offense is way more high powered than the Steelers are. If you let them hang around, it's not gonna be 7-0 half.
So
it's gonna be fucking.
you made your clip. You got your headlines. You did it. You got your clickbait with the Josh Allen's better than Mahomes. That's fine. Your pick is what?
the Bills
Money line or
money line.
My pick is also the Bills money line.
So is mine, dude. I was thinking the same
Talking
thing.
all that shit.
I'm If I had to
Bills.
choose a quarterback, I would still take Mahomes.
Rams, Bills.
I would still take
Rams,
Mahomes.
Bills.
Baby. Let's go.
Fucking two glizzies in a bun, dude. Rams, Bills, two glizzies, one bun.
Okay, now it's funny you say that.
Rams, Bills, Bengals. Oh, it's
Playoff
getting silly in
weekend.
here.
Let's go.
It's getting silly.
Listen. It's funny because I actually believe that Rams Bills is the Super Bowl matchup.
That would be some shit.
Bengals are going. Mark this down because Bengals are going to beat the Titans, and they're going to beat them handily, I believe. And then they're going to get smacked by the Bills or Chiefs. Whoever wins that game, they're going to get smacked by, and it's going to be one of those things where Joe Burrow's got his helmet off with Jamar Chase, watching them celebrate, and it's okay. We did some good things, but let's build on it. Let's spend some money on defense and a little bit more on offensive line.
Let's stop being so frugal. They're frugal in Cincinnati. They do not like spending money.
Right. And now you have pieces there to go win a championship, but not yet. Because Josh Allen's got to get there, like you said. Because, again, Josh Allen wins one. God forbid Josh Allen wins two in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, we revisit this conversation, and I'm like, you know what? You might be right. But right now, I got to give it to the guy who consistently can get it done, has proven to get it done. And without his offensive line completely shitting the bed last year in the Super Bowl, he could have two, but he was running for his
If they
life.
went and upgraded, they spent money all over the place on that offense.
Oh, they did. They drafted two. They
Joe Tooney.
they brought people out of retirement. I mean, they were doing.
Didn't they get the guy from Baltimore, Trent Brown? Isn't Trent Brown? on the
Yeah.
Chiefs?
They did.
I
They
think
did.
you're thinking of Orlando Brown Jr.
No, Orlando Brown.
Orlando
Jr.
Brown Jr.
Yeah.
Yes.
They did everything that they could do to basically do the right
To
thing.
fix what looked like their Achilles heel.
Fix what
Now
was
their
fixed.
Achilles heel is their defense. I mean,
No, I think their Achilles heel is.
lack of a running
Consistency.
game.
Yeah, lack of consistency. Run game could be it, but So yeah, I like the Bills straight, man. It's weird. I'm tempted to do it now, like and take like a Super Bowl matchup, like take the matchup to happen. It's great odds,
Yeah.
but and a lot needs to happen.
Someone get us the odds on the Rams Bills money line parlay.
I'll pull it up, and then I'm gonna pull mine up because I'm silly like that.
Is that our consensus bet?
I'm okay with that for sure.
Rams Bills for 100 is $371. So it's plus
Plus
371.
Plus 370.
If you add in the Bengals, it actually goes to 1149.
See that? But we're chasing ghosts now.
I don't know, I get it, but let me just show you the power of fucking these alt lines here because
Let me show you what a big dick swing looks like.
yeah, exactly. Bills minus 2.5. All right, just for fun. Not for fun. I'm gonna put this in because I'm nuts. But Rams minus 3 and Bengals minus 3, which is the big one. Let's see. So instead of what was it, 1,200? It's 1,900 now.
If you take them all minus 3.
Minus 2.5.
Wow.
1,900.
I don't know if I could put my stamp on that one. I don't know if I could put my stamp
Yeah, I
on that
don't know
one.
if I could do that.
You don't have to,
Yeah.
because luckily I will,
Oh.
and Jack will.
All right, so for sure, we could do a few, but our for sure underdog money line consensus parlay here, brought to you by the boys at Parlay-Vous. The Los Angeles Rams money line, the Buffalo Bills money line, parlay together. It's plus 370. That's the underdog parlay we're bringing you for the divisional round. Now we got our clip. So
You know,
go ahead.
I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench into this
Throw a monkey wrench into
because
it.
we're still a betting podcast.
We never changed.
Exactly. Rams. Well, it's always about money, right? So Rams money line and Bills plus 2 instead of Bills money line. Instead of 370 is 340. I mean,
Say that again.
instead of Bills money line and Bills, you take the Bills plus 2, right? Like you get the 2 points for insurance, and then you take the Rams straight. How it was, it's plus 340 instead of plus 370.
Still only losing $30.
I mean,
I don't hate that either.
Yeah,
I don't hate that because I could totally see a scenario where It's that close. I mean, that's, money line. I guess someone's got to win, but I don't know. I'm thinking about that.
I don't hate it, but like to me, the 2 points, it's 2, not 2.5, right? I mean, it wouldn't make a
It's
difference.
2
anyway.
right now.
Yeah.
You could buy the half if you want.
I just don't know if that's the kind of insurance that I'm pretty confident. I feel pretty confident in Buffalo.
Fine.
So I don't know.
So
if
we're going Buffalo straight, and we're going Rams straight, and it's 370, and that's the Parlay-Vous game line parlay of the week. That's what we're gonna call it, right? That's what I like to have. That's what I'm gonna headline it. And now we're gonna do the Parlay-Vous anytime touchdown of the week.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So we go Devontae Adams. Anytime. Are we good with that?
I mean,
Yeah, but what are
what's
the
the
odds? Minus
No.
240.
Well, it's a parlay.
Oh.
yeah,
Okay.
Devontae Adams in there.
Yeah.
It is Dawson Knox.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm with that. Probably good odds too.
And we got to make it a little spicy, right? I'm gonna go OBJ.
I like it.
I love it.
Yeah, I would say OBJ.
OBJ.
Smile on my face.
Or Higby.
OBJ, Dawson Knox, Devontae Adams.
You want one more? Right now it's 1,250. Another
No.
one's gonna send it to 3,000 probably. The moon. I mean,
No, leave it. I
You
think
gotta
3's safe.
go
Yeah,
with
3's
an-
fine.
unless you want me to add Jamar Chase. That's
What are the odds? What are the odds? Tell me the odds with Jamar Chase in there.
So it goes from plus 1,250 to 3,150.
Yeah, so max,
We don't have to get greedy.
Dude,
We can, but we don't have to. We can.
I wish. And where are we getting this all from?
DraftKings.
DraftKings?
4. We're doing the 4.
I'm with the 4.
All right.
Okay.
There's 4 games. Make it look nice.
You want to you want to like not give it to the people and just have it for us and add one more person that will literally up it to no end? Let's see.
Like AJ Dillon, someone who's likely to get the touchdown, but probably has decent odds.
They're not even giving me it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, that's it. You're tapped out.
They're like, no, sir,
Yeah.
this is enough.
I tried to put Josh
Yeah,
Allen in
this
there.
is enough.
I tried to put Josh Allen rushing touchdown.
That's-
in there.
no.
That's plus 3,100.
No, plus 150.
No, I'm
Oh,
talking-
the whole thing. No, Josh Allen is 150. That's it. It's
Really?
crazy. Yeah, it's
That's
crazy.
interesting.
Him and Kyler are always not worth it.
But I feel like Josh Allen scores rushing touchdowns.
Not that many.
Yeah, 3,150.
All right, so that's the anytime touchdown scorer parlay of the week for the divisional round. It's Devontae Adams, Odell Beckham Jr., Dawson Knox, Jamar Chase, plus 3,150, baby.
Yeah, that's.
That's good money.
I'll
if
put
it
my.
is.
I'll put my.
I'm gonna put my stamp too on it's the Cincy plus 9.5, San Fran plus 12 teaser. I think that's like the anxiety blanket teaser of the week. That's what we'll
Oh,
call
that's
that
what.
one.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
cool with that.
Anxiety.
The
So,
anxiety blanket teaser.
With
of the
that, what'd you say it was?
week. It's Cincy plus 9.5, San Fran plus 12. I mean, it's gonna be minus 110. It should be right, or minus
A
120.
little bit, yeah, a little bit less. Yeah, yeah. So, all right, that puts you at. Again, you got to bet a lot to win. Unfortunately,
Well, yeah, I
with the
mean,
two
we're
teams in
talking
there.
about something. If you're looking at it and you say that looks too good to be true, well, yeah,
That's-
that's why it's minus
that's-
130 or
that's
what- or
the
120.
that's the can't miss, but always somehow misses teaser.
Well, that's when we do it with 3 or 4. That's
It's
when it's
ridiculous.
always like can't
Ridiculous.
miss but always misses. I did the
I-
can't miss that didn't miss this weekend. It was the San Fran plus 9.5, the Kansas City minus 6.5, and Tampa Bay
San Fran
minus
San
2.
Fran plus 9.5
1?
is, oh my god, money in the bank. Any last thoughts, Jack, young boy?
We got all types of bets for you this week. We got our favorite bet, right? We got our favorite bet, Bills money line, Buffalo money line.
Mhm.
Oh wait, no.
Bills Rams.
Bills, Rams.
Bills Rams. My bad. Yeah, your one touchdown parlay, or anytime touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Great picks for an anytime touchdown. And then you got your anxiety blanket parlay. You know, you're
It's a tease.
See, your
Teaser.
excited blanket tease.
Teaser.
Tease.
Teaser.
Tease.
anxiety blanket tease.
And you want to mix in other things, you could do that. It's just it gets tough. It gets
Yeah.
less fun.
I agree with you. I'm just saying, we got positions for everybody.
We're looking to
Yeah.
give you locks, all right? And I feel like we got 3 pretty good locks. I mean, the touchdown parlay I would never call a lock, but I feel good about the parlay and about the teaser for sure. 2 bona fide can't miss locks, I feel.
Remember, if you want to win in gambling, you do straight wagers only. That's
Sure.
So here we are giving you a teaser and a fucking parlay.
Yeah. If you really want to win, it's straight
Look,
bets for
there's-
minimum money, and you win.
If you feel good about our parlay,
Jump on it.
but you don't want to, you want to be a little
Take
safer,
it straight twice.
take them both straight separately.
Yeah.
There's money to be made there. They're probably
If
both
one-
right
if
around
one
plus
wins,
140, right?
130, yeah. If one wins, then you make money. Like I said, like the real way, like if you're like, let's just say someone tunes in this week that's never gambled in their lives, right? And they said, I got $100 to gamble. That's going to be my bankroll for all of 2022. Show me how to gamble. You got it, no problem. You bet in half units and units. 1 unit is $1. You have $100. In order for you to lose that bankroll, you need to be so bad at a game where 50% of the time you're going to be right? Like it's a coin flip. Unfortunately, unless you take the first touchdown props, if you bet over under money lines or even spreads, it's one of 2 things is going to happen, right? So you take $1 straight wagers, 100 times you have to lose in a row to be out of your money, right? So and you never run out of a bankroll, right? People get caught up in the 4 touchdown things, and
People get caught up in crazy odds.
and that's
So you see it on BR betting and on
I know,
Barstool
that's how it
betting
happens.
and-
So, yes, we're here. Take those 4 for a touchdown. That's what we're here to do. Have some fun, win some money. It seems like it could very well happen. But
Yeah.
if you don't have money to lose, don't say I'm going to pay my car loan off with this bet because it ain't going to happen like that. You know what I mean?
It's not a
So
job. dude.
1% of your bankroll per bet usually, and that's $1 for someone who has $100.
Yeah.
And that's just how it goes, Now I don't follow that rule. I don't because
Of course you don't.
I don't play by that rule. And I'm not. This isn't my main source of income. This is, you know what I'm saying? I don't play by that rule. I go by the gut feeling rule. I'm the gut feeling guy, and that's just how I do it. So a lot of good matchups. Sunday Night Football's great. It sucks because usually I don't stay up for the whole game on Sunday night, but now I have to because of the playoffs.
Right.
It's just like you're not going to miss this game, so it's going to be a late one. But and I don't know if I know you said the wild card weekend, but we never talked about moving that game to Monday for the first time, right?
Yeah.
That was a pretty good idea. You hit it on the head. Nobody watches the midday Saturday game,
No way.
and that game last night got way more coverage. I get the 6th day. Now the teams that played on Sunday now play on Saturday, right?
Yes.
Right. So the teams that played on Sunday play on Saturday. The teams that played on one team that played on Monday plays on Sunday, right? That's how that should work out, or something like that. That's how it should work out, right?
Yeah.
They shouldn't be at a disadvantage for 6 days instead of, but whatever.
Yeah, the Rams are playing on Sunday. They're playing the Bucs Sunday, right?
Anything else?
No.
Anything?
Good.
Dude, I'm excited, man.
He's excited. The kid's excited. The young buck's excited.
I love excitement.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. As always, we're brought to you by House of Havoc Podcasting, Tiger Pack Productions, Stay Thirsty Company, and Sachi Di Gennaro. Peace out.